A few weeks ago, I had a disaster of a weekend. We missed our train, it chucked it down with rain, our train tickets then blew off a cliff, and when we were finally ready to put our heads down for the night, the hotel decided not to let us in. And it got me thinking about the old saying, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Is everything really destined to fail? And should at the age of 16, should I seriously consider life insurance? Okay, let me introduce you to a few simple ideas. In the great nation of James Bond, tea drinkers, and fresh, warm, buttered crumpets, we have Sod's Law that states if something can go wrong, it will. And if you're confused by all this and you come from the land of the free, you might know Murphy's Law that states anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And finally, if you're a real glass half empty, you might know Fingal's Law that states anything that will go wrong will at the worst possible moment. At this point, I'm starting to feel like Murphy, Sod, and Finnegal are the same people. So let's ignore that, and I think the best point of action to start is some experimenting. But wait. Before I launch Toast 10 foot in the air, if you could do a cheeky swipe up and hit subscribe, it would mean the world. Please, just subscribe. Thanks. Okay, now Toast Catapult. I've never had a slice of bread, particularly large and wide, that did not fall upon the floor, and always on the buttered side. James Payn, 1884. It is literally a centuries-old theory that suggests a piece of buttered toast will always fall with the butter hitting the floor first. And the basis of this is kind of what started Sod's Law. It's unfortunate if the butter hits the floor first, the hot, slippy paste will rub all over, ruining your toast and the floor, as if it lands the other way, you could brush it off and it'd be fine. Therefore, supporting the theory that everything that can go wrong will go wrong. So I put it to the test. But I'm not the first to look at this. In my research into this very serious subject matter, a bunch of papers have been written, and all in incredible detail with diagrams like this, and this. But let's just skip to the conclusion, and may I remind you, this is a real paper. In order to obtain an accurate description of the behavior of tumbling toast, the slipping regime must be included. When this is done, good agreement between the theoretically free-fall angle of what experimentally observed. I've read through this about 1,000 times and still can't quite work out what it means. But what I gather is it really depends on the condition it falls, and given that it could fall in a random set of circumstances, the outcome must be random, just like a coin. And I did 30 tests, and I literally got 15 of each. But let's look at an actual scenario. If we look at the average conditions, let's take an average table and an average slice of toast and knock it off. Okay, so that's pretty conclusive. Toast always lands butter side down if it slides off a table. This is because at this height, it only has enough momentum to do half a turn. And so if we go higher, it always lands butter side up. So that's pretty conclusive. In the case of having a bit of toast on the side of the table, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. But that's one circumstance. Let's look at a stream I did. So it's pretty hard to catch everything that goes wrong. After all, this is a pessimistic theory that deliberately sits in a grey area, and I'm trying to make it black and white. Let's count everything that goes wrong and everything that goes right. So Chaz, Mia, Danny and James have run off and hidden, but they've all been tracked. As soon as I can get Wi-Fi on this phone, because it's got no SIM, I'll be able to know where their location is.
A few minutes later.
Danny's closest. Okay, Danny's closest. Oh, Danny and Mia and Chaz are all together. Okay, right, we're going to Leicester Square. They're right, I'm with them. Where are they? I'm literally on the map, I'm on top of them. Call them and listen for a ringtone. I can't because it's on my phone. Oh! Oh my God. Where's the rest of them? He's there, where's he going? I've lost him.
Okay, that was a good hiding spot. Don't run in circles. Oh my god. Tig. Oh my god. 104. How does it feel to be caught first? It's too hot.
So while yes, some stuff does go wrong, it's also true that stuff goes right just about as often, proving the theory pretty evidently wrong. But to put it into an even more obvious light, the world is made up of infinite possibilities. Every step I take, I have the opportunity to fall over, and yet I don't. If one good thing has ever happened to you in your life, then this theory is wrong. So, next time when old grandma turns to you and says,
I want you, little boy. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
turn to her, stare into her eyes, and say, I will never listen to you again, you pessimistic old sod. What a nice place to Wait, what's the runtime on this video? We've only done 5 minutes. Oh, shit. Could you arrange a time machine so I can go back in time and insert an opportunity for a callback so that I can relate to that now? Oh, perfect. Thank you. It's Jimmy the Snail.
Whoa,
and Jimmy
too
the
far.
Snail wants to show... This is a 1 by 1 meter square, and we're going to see how many... Perfect. And should at the age of 16, should I seriously consider life insurance? Well, funny you should ask that, because I have just the answer for you. I can't. Believe me, I tried, and nobody wants to cover me. To be fair, it makes sense, as I think my death would relieve a financial burden on my family, meaning my payout would be completely pointless. And the other thing is, surely I'm not that likely to die, am I?
Ned, everyone dies at some point.
Thanks, Danny. Well, yes, of course, everybody dies at some point. So let's say I die before I can get my valuable insurance. Well, the odds of me being alive is crazy. 1 in 10 to the power of 2,685,000. That's the same as 2 million people, each with a trillion-sided dice, rolling it and landing on the same side. That's not the same as the chance of a child. That's the chances of you. You have an insane amount of luck. And to be honest, now you've got here, you've done most of the hard work. But staying alive is relatively easy in comparison, particularly for someone young. In 2020, the UK's most popular age to die was 89 for a woman and 84 for a man, with the least popular being age 5 for girls and a tie between 5 and 6 for boys, showing youth really is on our side, as you are 174 times more likely to die an adult than as a child. But I'm going to be honest, a 1 in 174 doesn't seem that much. It doesn't make me feel that safe. And to be honest, that makes it sound more likely than it actually is. If we look at the graph, we can see a huge amount of child deaths happen before you turn 1. So let's ignore that. And that ups it to 524 times more likely to die as an adult. Thank goodness for that. It's only a 1 in 500 chance that I die before my